ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Apply it right there, and then poured it onto his back like that. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi movie Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure. Try and get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Oh, and down there, I ask you to please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're new here, as well as the notification bell. And we're doing a new segment called Why Give a Shart. Why do I give a shart about Mr. Hyde? I don't give that much of a shart about Mr. Hyde. I do think he's cool to have in figure form, definitely because there's a lot of superheroes that end up kicking his butt, especially the Hulk. I dig that. But really, not that common, popular of a character, but still fun to add to the collection. And I gotta give a big thanks to Justine and X-Manny87 for helping make this review possible and finding this out in the wild for me, for trying to pick up some badass dios. Check out the shop X-Manny87 IG page, link in the description below. And what do you think of my BAF art right over here, huh? We got the BAF art. I highly recommend it. Cowboy Collector's been doing it. It's a good thing, right? Anyway, the left leg came with the Shang-Chi figure, the right leg came with the AI Tony Stark, torso came with the Xia Ling, left arm came with Death Dealer, right arm with the cane came with Wenwu, and then the head came with Civil Warrior. So let's get this thing built, will you? Take us away, Bumblebee. Alright, we're in. I think this is a pretty good fart, by the way. It feels like it's been a while. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and attach the legs right here. Oh, it's supposed to be the left leg, which I did find tricky to do the first time around. So yeah, it's you may want to heat it up, you know, but I'm actually getting it ported together okay at the moment. But yeah, these legs are tricky. There it goes. Alright, and then we get the right arm connected right here. And then we get the left arm connected right there. Give him his cane right there. Pop the head on. And now we have Mr. Hyde all built and not looking too bad. I really like the size of this thing. Anyway, let's get a closer look at the one accessory, and then we'll talk about the things that I like and the things that I don't like. I wish we had interchangeable hands, but this cane looks pretty good, especially with all these little hidden nicks and dents in it that I didn't actually notice until just now. I mean, well, I noticed a moment ago, but really, that is badass. I really like having all those little dents and everything in there. Very cool looking cane, nice and hefty and everything, so that's pretty neat. Oh yeah, and it's articulated, not that it really makes a difference, but yeah, you can turn it right over here. So briefly getting into the bio of Calvin Zabo, aka Mr. Hyde, he's essentially a Thor villain, co-worker of Donald Blake, trying to steal money to get his formula made, just like the fictional character. He wanted to make himself a Mr. Hyde. And he's teamed up and fought against many characters. He teamed up with Cobra, he's fought Daredevil, Captain America, and Falcon, Spider-Man, Hulk, the new Ms. Marvel, Ghost Rider, and he became a criminal for hire, and he's worked with Batroc, Loki, Baron Zemo, been mind controlled by Purple Man. I think the head sculpt looks really good here. I am noticing this little discrepancy with the teeth where it looks like the white paint or the cream colored paint for the teeth just don't line up exactly how they're supposed to. But I have to say one of my favorite parts about this whole figure is the eyes right over here. I don't remember seeing anything quite like this, where we have this awesome metallic paint right there for the iris and the red paint added to it. A little off right over here on this side, but I mean, dude, that is really cool. I love those eyes. The side of the head looks really good right here with the long hair. Love those mutton chops. Should make Wolverine jealous. His hat looks really good. And yeah, it would have been nice if he had interchangeable heads too, because, you know, he's shown without having the hat on as well in the books. But anyway, they've reused a lot of parts from the Joe Fixit figure that just recently came out, but you could of course see a bunch of new stuff over here. For instance, the bow tie right there. And then the vest looks pretty good. And, you know, the arms we've seen before. These hands look brand new and they look great. I love this brown paint over here. I wish it didn't cut off so abruptly. Maybe if it bled into the fingers a little bit more, but man, really good looking nasty hands. I like how the thumbs are all chewed up. Nice detail right there in that sculpt, looking really good. Vest with the buttons looks great. And then you can see this hand right here. Man, love those chewed up fingernails. Ugh, look at that one. Damn, that is cool. So yeah, just wish we had more hands. Interchangeable hands would have been really nice. There's the back of the figure. You can see how low this goes. Nice stitching sculpted in there. Sometimes you can see the white underneath. That can be a little bit annoying. This is made of a fairly soft material. And then these legs, we've seen them before. Same thing with the shoes right over there. And he has peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention when you look down the figure right here, you can see the white just stops. I wish they had that white plastic underneath there as well. So it looks strange sometimes, but you know, for the most part, you're not going to notice it. So no real surprises here with articulation. I do feel like the head is a little on the large side. I should have mentioned that earlier. But anyway, yeah, you have a dumbbell joint right over here. You can't really get him to look up much. There's a lot of hair back there. You can get him to look down just a little bit, and the head does pivot quite a bit, and you could kind of shift it up and move it off to the side like that, and you could rotate to the side like this as well. Shoulders don't quite up. Yep, it will not hit that 90-degree mark. They'll pop out. So that's as far as you can get. You could rotate a full 360. You get single jointed elbows, rotation at the elbows. The hands turn side to side, and they hinge up and down. You also get the diaphragm joint in there, and you get some diaphragm pivot, and you'll crunch forward a little bit and back, and then the hips move outward just that far, and he will kick forward that much, back just a bit, upper thigh cut, single jointed knees that don't meet the 90-degree mark, rotation at the knees, and then the ankles do move down a little bit. They don't really move up, and he has a little bit of ankle pivot. To measure up Mr. Hyde, you can see that he is standing at about the 8.5-inch mark. And then for a size comparison, here's Mr. Hyde next to the Kingpin Build-A-Figure, and then we have the Joe Fixit Build-A-Figure. You can see they all have the same legs. These two have the same shoes over here, and then we get same arms right there with the Mr. Fixit and Mr. Hyde. And then here's Mr. Hyde next to King Cobra, and I like seeing these two side by side, good height difference. And then here's Mr. Hyde next to a couple classic Avengers figures. We have the 80 years Thor and the 80 years Hulk. And I was expecting this Hulk figure to be much larger than the Mr. Hyde, but I do like this height difference right over here. And then here's Mr. Hyde next to all of the other figures from this wave. We have Xialing, Wenwu, Shang-Chi, the AI Tony Stark, Civil Warrior, and Death Dealer. And ranking this wave was very difficult for me to do, and I'm fairly certain nobody is going to like my ranking. If you want to leave your ranking in the comment section, I will leave a heart if I read it. So at the very bottom of the list, I know people are not going to agree with this, but I'm putting Civil Warrior at the very bottom over there, and that's just my feeling for this moment in time, because as of right now, this figure right here, there's the least I could do with it as far as displaying goes. Next up, I'm giving it to Xialing. Xialing does go ahead of the Civil Warrior because at least I have a whole Shang-Chi movie set up already. We have 4 movie characters right now, so for me, that's just giving me more to mess with. But yeah, this is still a very cool looking figure. Anyway, the number 5 spot, I'm giving it to Death Dealer over there. I just wish the figure was easier to pose around, and I did get one with really bad paint apps, especially on the eyes, so it may have ranked higher if it wasn't for that. But still, I'm really happy putting number 4 with Wenwu over here, because I'm happy to finally get a Mandarin figure. You could swap the heads with the Trevor figure, and at this point in time, it just seems like there's just more I could do with it, especially with him being the main antagonist. And at the number 3 spot, I'm giving it to Shang-Chi. I'm happy to have a new hero from the MCU in my collection, but it's really weird to me that at the number 2 spot, I gave it to the AI Tony Stark. This is a simple repaint. This is probably the highest ranking I've ever given a repaint. I really love this figure already. I will buy it many times over. I don't mind. It's just a really badass figure. I love that thing. But the number 1 spot goes to the Build-A-Figure Mr. Hyde. I always love it when I love the Build-A-Figure more than anything else from the wave, because yeah, it's the most expensive part of the whole thing, right? But yeah, I really love that Mr. Hyde figure. It's my number 1, but yeah, close second is that Iron Man. And then here's Mr. Hyde next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Why? Why would you do this to yourself? So many people are born ugly. You just made yourself ugly. Ha! Trusty shield. Oh, he's got bad breath. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to show some love by hitting that like button and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you are new here. And a big thanks to all these people over here that support these videos via the Tron and help make this content keep on coming. If you're in a position to do so and you're interested, check it out, link below, or hit that join button. This figure is really not that great. It's cool. I really like it. And this whole wave is really not that great, but I still like it. So we have movie figures for a movie that I haven't seen yet. That's always a bit weird. We have a Build-A-Figure for a C-list character that I haven't read in too many comics. So yeah, nothing's like really that spectacular over here, but I am happy to have a new character in my Marvel Legends collection. That always makes me happy. And I really do like the head sculpt a lot, even though I think it's just a little on the big side, but I really do like the head sculpt. Wish he had interchangeable hands, but really, man, I don't think this is a bad figure at all. I really do like it. So I'm happy to have the new character. The wave, the Build-A-Figure, it's all okay. Nothing too spectacular, nothing bad. But anyway, at the price point of a Build-A-Figure, I'm going to give this Mr. Hyde a Sun rating of...
I love it!
And again, I'd like to know what you guys think, so be sure to let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.